We live.
Good.
Yep.
All right. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahweh
Yahushai,
Shai,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. It's the brothers here from the GMS Atlanta camp. Of course, this is going to be pretty much a New Year's Eve of the destruction. You know, the so-called New Year, which it's technically truly not the New Year. You know, Esau has changed the times pursuing of Daniel's the 7th chapter to give everybody the illusion of, that this is the actual New Year. But nonetheless, we do New Year's Eve of destruction every single year, starting off with the apostles and elders on down, and we do the same thing that we always do is speak of the coming events and how grim and how aggressively dark these times will be. You know, as we speaking, there's gunshots that's being let off all over the United States of America. More than likely, a lot of crime is taking place because, these different jakes look at these as avenues to get their SHIT off. But that's going to be pretty much a foreshadowing or the tone of how 2025 is going to be. It's going to be a lot of destruction. We were just not talking about these extreme weather conditions that's going to take place. Extremely cold. I think it was coined in one of the bishop had put. I think 2025. This is going to be the coldest in years, recorded in years. Brothers was also speaking about I think it was tornadoes. Various weather that's going to hit this place. And now we know, of course, the president-elect Trump, inauguration. Which he's already spoke about how he's going to really get really aggressive, in his time in office. He's going to make things shake very fast, and you already see that he's in cahoots. He pretty much has a partnership with Elon Musk. Those guys are they got the little dynamic duo going on, which we already know that Elon Musk is pretty much going to be one of the major figureheads to push this MOTB technology. He's doing it now. Through Neuralink, you see Tesla is advancing its technology. All these different things that is putting the minds of the masses of the people in a frenzy that they're looking at as fun is going to turn like a Black Mirror episode. If brothers have seen that show where technology is going to be used against them. These past years that we've been using these phones and cell phones and all this stuff has been tracking us. All this stuff has been recording our information. It has been putting our data all throughout a data bank and putting us, whether it's Facebook or different social media sites, putting us on a profile. And this devil is going to do with these things which he's seen fit. So he's already laid down the foundation of putting people in these different brackets, as far as which we just had the jab a few years ago, as far as the ones that are complicit, or I say are compliant, and the ones that are pretty much rebels, which we already know, we don't like to use that term, try to use certain buzz terms, but nonetheless, we don't, we're not bowing down like during the time of Daniel. We're not bowing down to the king of Babylon. All right, we stand up for truth's sake. Now, Scripture speak about, of course, to be subject unto the powers. We render unto Caesar which is Caesar. We pay our taxes to do certain things that's a so-called U.S. citizen ought to do. But when it comes to the different matters that this man, the nefarious actions that this man is going to put throughout the society and mandate, such as the mark of the beast, we're going to strive for the truth unto death, as it is written. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for them. So without further ado, we'll jump into it. Brothers got it.
This is
You can read scripts first.
this is Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Yeah.
I read in the NLT. This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up,
That's it.
for our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. And just real quick, I had screenshotted a picture that I saw on my phone when we first got here, and it's concerning Neuralink, right? And it says how Neuralink will break reality, and you got the brain C-hip in somebody's head right now, and that's the MO of Esau Edom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we know our salvation is near than we believe when they start talking about Neuralink, brain C-hips, all right, so on and so forth. Like the elder was mentioning, you know, people caught up in shooting fireworks and guns and glizzies and all that other stuff for so-called New Year's. There's going to be more oppression on you people, man. It's going to get harder, okay? It doesn't matter who's going to be in the office. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But our salvation, when you go to that word salvation in the Greek, is soteria, which means basically a saving from our enemies, man. And we've been telling you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans for the longest time that you have enemies, man. We need salvation from this man who's trying to put a brain C-hip into your head. You know? Y'all got it.
Yeah, I was gonna pull out because, you know, I truly believe, you know, that this dude is Nero, and just as speaking as a man, because when you look, you know, you research about Nero, who was who's actually mentioned in Second Ezra's deal, 11th chapter, one of the feathers. He was the one who started the inception of persecuting Jake. You know, it started with Nero, and it dwindled down to all the other Caesars, going down to the Flavian dynasty. This got so just recently, but what, about like a week ago, I know, who is it? NPC Biden. This guy, he what did he do? He pardoned some people, and Trump was like, man, hell no.
Oh, yeah.
So he went to the DOJ, which is the Department of Justice, and he told them to vigorously pursue the death penalty. Let me read a little bit of what he said. And I know we're speaking about the C-hip too, because the death penalty and the C-hip are going to go hand in hand. Because matter of fact, now let me just read this real quick. So this is Trump. He says he will direct Department of Justice to vigorously pursue the death penalty. It says President-elect Trump said on Tuesday he will direct the Department of Justice to vigorously pursue the death penalty after President Biden on Monday commuted the death penalty the death sentences of 37 federal inmates to life in prison. So pretty much what Biden did, he, instead of them getting the death penalty, he's like, oh, just have them serve life in prison, like almost showing mercy to, you know, murderers and things of that nature. So it says, this is quote Trump, quote, as soon as I am inaugurated, I will direct the Justice Department to vigorously pursue the death penalty to protect American families. You know, he's going to, you know, try to paint the picture that children from violent rapists or grapists, murderers, and monsters. It says we will be a nation of law and order again. You see that? So what do you think they're going to put in law and make an order? This RFID microchip, man. That's the whole premise. You know, we watched this election. We all saw Kamala's bull crap seceding speech. She laid down like a dirty dog on the street. But in her speech, she talked about pretty much saying we're all on one same agenda. So Biden and Kamala on the same agenda that Trump is on. Yeah. It's just being renewed. That's in all. A sense, you know what I'm saying? You know, I had a quick precept. Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Before we cut the camera on, Elder Barzal was saying 2025 might be lit. Really? comes to natural disasters and this immigration stuff on
Oh
the
yeah,
border.
yeah, that.
How, you know, even Trump said it in his winning speech. He says, hey everybody, you know, I don't mind immigrants as long as they come in legally. Well, how the hell are you going to track them?
Oh, yeah.
How you going to track them?
Mm-hmm.
These new immigrants that come in, they're gonna prick them. They're gonna prick them.
Yeah.
How else they gonna track them?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
this guy BJ said when he first was in when he was number 45, now he's coming in number 47. All right. He says we're going to use the tracking device to track all the immigrants. You know, and that's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been pumping to you so-called Latinos, Hispanics, and you so-called Mexicans this gospel
Mm-hmm.
and to get right with the Lord, but it's falling on deaf ears.
Yeah.
So you're going to be subject to getting pricked with that device. Cause you know, you Hispanics, man, you so goddamn happy to come up here
Yep.
and cut the white man's grass.
They the perfect guinea pig.
Yeah, you're the perfect guinea pig like they did blacks back during the Tuskegee experience,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You're the new guinea pig for the so-called white man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You happy to come up here, cut the white man's grass in a suburban neighborhood, cook the white man's food, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and not knowing that you're up here for your destruction. Now, for the sake of the balance, there's going to be some of you so-called Latinos, Hispanics, and Mexicans that's going to get right with the program at the last minute. But for the sake of the lesson, man, hey, you so-called Hispanics, man, you know you're on the highway to hell.
Hey,
Mm.
I'm following Captain Kassab's spirit when it comes to these Mexicans and these Issacharites. The only he always says it, man. The only Issacharites that are going to be saved are the ones written in Revelation 7.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is it? 12,000 from this tribe of Issachar. That's it. Because y'all simple.
Yeah, they real simple.
Y'all real simple. I got this word track in the etymology. Take a listen to this. So the word track in etymology means a footprint. It means a mark left by anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the whole thing with this. With Esau is to put this digital footprint in the world.
Right.
You know, the scripture says that he sitteth in the seat of the Most High, showing that he is the Most High.
Right.
The Most High himself has a footprint everywhere. He knows all and sees all.
Mm-hmm.
Now this devil, he has a God complex. You know, it's a lot of money that he can't account for due to the fact that he can't, you know, pretty much track everybody. So having those tracking devices on the masses of the people, everyone at that, the rich, poor, because it ain't just gonna be for poor people. You know, these middle class, every taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the rich pay taxes, middle class pay taxes. All these individuals that you know, are associated with the so-called white man using his Federal Reserve currency, mediums of exchange. That's gonna transition. But the caveat, is, for lack of a better term, if that's the correct word of usage, is you're gonna have to take that device.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you got.
Yeah, we're dealing with a man who has, what's it called, OCPD, obsessive.
Compulsive.
Yeah, obsessive compulsive disorder,
Mm-hmm.
and that pretty much what that means. Just like the elder says, like you said, a God complex. That's someone who thinks he's superior.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a God complex is. And OCPD is pretty much a control freak.
Yeah, that's him.
So it bugs him. Damn, I can't see what you know, I can't see what you cooking on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
If you think about it, what multi-billionaire would want to be president of the United States? It has to be control.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about control.
All about control.
And people don't see that. I mean, this guy he can literally sit back and not do nothing else for the rest of his life. He can chill. He can buy a small island, you know, run that one island.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, because he got all this money, now he wants all this control. So he want to be president.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice.
And see, that's why even with Kasha was going into with that Revelation 12 and 12, he knoweth that he had but a short time. This man has analytics, man. You know, he's not, you know, just somewhere just chilling. He knows that Russia, China, and countries that was once strong allies to America, they real shaky right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not looking to be a part of this American enterprise for the longevity. It was a time where America pretty much had their, they had a global footprint. You know, had their feet on the necks of major nations through warfare. You know, like the scripture tells you in Isaiah the 14th chapter, the hammer that breaketh the earth asunder. That was the American, because America represents the military. But China and Russia is striking deals like no other. You got all kind of nations that's looking to be in the economic/military allegiance with Russia and China, because those are the three superpowers. You got Russia, China, and America. Those are the top three countries. You know, if you really want to rank it, those would be the heavyweight countries of the world. You know, and the fact of the matter that Russia and China are working in tandem against America, that offsets the power of America. Because if America goes to war with Russia, they have a chance. They have a good chance of winning. If America goes to war with China, ain't no telling. But the fact of the matter is, Russia and China being in a unified front, plus they have unified countries that America needs. You know, that puts Esau. That makes Esau weaker. You know, so that's why it says he knows that he had but a short time. He knows that these different nations are striking deals behind his back. He knows that even his I wouldn't say tariffs, but it's what's the word? His sanctions. He's putting sanctions on these countries. Now they know how to sidestep American sanctions. You know, if they put the sanctions on Russia and China, guess what Russia and China is going to do? They're going to go through the black markets, and they're going to sidestep even America's enterprise, and they're going to buy from American allies, and they find ways to still buy from America. Right. You know, which really they don't even need America when it comes to a lot of this stuff at this point. But if they have to get some stuff that's that, and you know, imperative to the continuation of this society, they're not breaking no sweat. You know, yeah. So Esau doesn't have the type of control and the manipulative power that he once had.
Yeah. And I know you said sanction, and tariffs are actually synonymous, because tariffs it's just a tax on imported and exported goods. Mm-hmm. So prime example, like if Mexico sold peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for $1, and America sold peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for $1, and everybody was buying Mexico's stuff, America will put a tariff on that, making the individuals who in Mexico, the company in Mexico, pay a tax to import it into America. Therefore, they have to inflate their prices to get profit.
Profit, yeah.
So okay, now all the consumers in America would be like, okay, well, when this was once $1, it is now $2, and America products are $1. That's pretty much what a tariff is. It levels out the playing field, and ultimately, you know, as a producer, it's better if it works out. But just like you said, with the sanctions, they can go on underground whatever with tariffs. They can do a tariff right back at them, and they'd be playing a tariff war, which can ultimately tank economies. You know, Trump imposed like a 20% tariff on Canada just recently, and Canada's like, oh, really? Well, we'll cut your electricity off because they're a big supplier of electricity to America. You see?
Fighting fire with fire.
This is like what the scriptures say: a breach ready to fall. It's a breach, and the word breach simply, it's a leak. There's a leak in the American system, which is making everybody, like the Elder Barzal saying, is making everybody go and team up with these other individuals who don't have a breach. You know, when you have a breach of contract or something like that, it means it's faulty. There is no breach in contract in the BRICS nations right now. That's why they're breaching a contract that they have with America to go join these other countries. We know what's about to happen. You know.
Yep.
Yes,
I got something real quick. Obadiah, verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee
Mm.
and prevailed against thee.
Mm-hmm.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him.
See, that goes to, like we were saying, that's the fine print that these countries didn't read before they started linking up with America. Can you reread that if you don't mind?
It says, verse 7, Obadiah, all the men of thy confederacy have
Okay,
brought.
and a confederacy, just a simple synopsis, that's just coming together. Okay? A conglomerate of people or whatever coming together. That's what a confederacy is. Alright, go ahead.
Have brought thee even to the border.
Brought thee even to the board, go ahead.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right. So this, you could take this all the way back to how America treated Gad. All those treaties. Oh, we come in peace. And then smallpox and a Gatling gun to your back.
Mm-hmm. That's how it gets down.
That's how it gets down. He's the one who really be the one breaching contracts,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
which we're seeing right now is starting to backfire.
Yeah.
Him and the aggregate back.
And yep, him and the aggregate. Also with this devil, he pumps a lot of fear on these nations, man.
Fear-mongering.
He's a fearmonger. The reason why a lot of those nations actually made and cut deals with Esau is because they didn't want his foot up their asses. They know that at the end of the day that he has the firepower to take down these different nations and put them in extreme poverty. The reason why a lot of these countries is poverty and we have this whole immigration crisis it's a factor of reasons, but America is a contributor of destruction, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes to these different nations, you know, known as the whore. You know, that's why America is known as such, because it goes around tricking the nations and whoring them out. You know, putting democracy, putting all kind of poison and toxin. America, look at the drug industries, the prison industries, all these different things that this is it's known as a great city. You know, and it's great in what? Not righteousness, it's great in wickedness and spinning the narrative. Because they'll paint the picture that everybody's a goddamn nuisance and they just annoying good old America, when America is literally a power vacuum sucking the life literally out of the world. You know, to the point where it's only a few countries that's so-called seems like it's a desirable place to live. Everywhere else is just a goddamn shithole.
Yeah.
And countries that was once major tourist attraction places that were desirous to live in, it's like a dystopian reality. Like, damn, y'all that oppressed over there?
Mm-hmm.
We thought that was, you know, we thought that was a place to live. You might have a few little resorts if you go to certain countries, but all in all, they'll tell you that, yeah, you can't bust this right on this street.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Like Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Jamaica is number one since 2021 in homicides a year.
Mm.
You know?
And why is that? Why is these people constantly killing each other? Why is there so much drug use? Because the scriptures tells you that in the last days it's gonna how is it written? Pretty much.
The last days be lovers of themselves, or
It's one of Ezra's. It goes to how in these days it's gonna get like more and more wicked. You know, the wickedness is gonna exceedingly pollute the earth. That's an example of scripture too. You know, how these people, they have nothing to live for at this point. You know, the structure of life has pretty much been discontinued. You know, these people do not enjoy the realms that they live in. You know, that's why, like the scriptures speak about how the earnest expectation of the creature, even it goes even down to the animals itself. They don't even really have natural habitats. It's a high level of extinction. You know, going on in these different areas which was seen as serene.
right?
So who is it? The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans causing this chaos all over the goddamn face of the earth? We can't even get out of the city we live. You got some brothers that haven't even traveled out of the state that they live in.
right.
You know?
Jake running out of toilet paper. What the fuck you think we got?
I know it. Jake can use paper towels. You know? But who is he that's that's oppressing the world?
Right.
It's the so-called white man. And everybody, when they speak about America, when these diplomats, whether it's Kim Jong-un, and everybody likes to put them as the faces of, you know, like they're the villains.
Yeah.
You know, But when these guys speak of America, they speak very, very ill of America, and they speak like America has always been behind the scenes causing chaos. You know?
For example, this year alone, look what happened in Venezuela with these elections. You know, they've been trying to put a public leader in for years. They try to put this guy Guaido in over Maduro, and then you see what happens. You know, with Esau Edom in the mix, people are rioting. Even here, you know, when me and his brother, we went, you know, down to South Florida at the camp, they're having all these protests, man. People are protesting against these unrighteous decrees and these unrighteous governments, and then you Americans wonder why these people want to come up here, you know, because you sent these crooked leaders down here to corrupt the governments, and then you wonder why they want to come up here. Now, we got to fix the Venezuelans, man. No, you know, it's always somebody else's fault besides this crimson red devil, man.
I got a quick one. I actually got a couple of them. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And yeah, just like the brothers are speaking on, all these different philosophies and all this wickedness that has just gone out into the earth, that's done that, but it's like a cancer. You saw it's like a cancer, and you know, unless you cut it off, it's gonna spread.
Yeah, this man's been going around spiking everybody's drink, man.
Right.
You know, here it is supposed to be 10% alcohol. You know, this man putting Everclear in your shit, and you over here dusted. That's how these nations feel. So when they like, all right, when I get sober, you know, that's how they probably been. When I get my footing, when I get my society and my country where it's at, I'm fucking you up. I might not be able to physically put my hands on you because I know that, you know, you'll whoop my ass. Like I said, America's a big bully. You know, but what I will do is I'm gonna take my resources and give it to somebody that can kick your ass. So I'm gonna strike deals with the other big guys. You know, so they starting pretty much allegiances. You know, to come against that common foe, and if it's even countries that might have had certain conflictions. You know, as the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So they ain't just with the, you know, teaming up with Russia and China, you know, because they necessarily like Russia and China. It's because of the deals that they got on the tables that's like, yo, this is a deal.
This makes sense.
This makes the most sense in the world right now. And they could get it, and they could take down America in the process, you know? So now what is America gonna have to do? They're gonna have to create another boogeyman. They're gonna have to create another black swan event, which we just see in this flu pertaining to the birds, you know, taking place, you know. And we already know how this man works behind the scenes. You guys, for years, decades now, have been calling us conspiracy nuts. We just some quacks or some charlatans. But everything we saying is coming to pass. You know, the elephant is literally in the room of what we've been saying, going into all the prophecies. It's so many things that we've been speaking on that we already seen pending and taking place in our time, in the time now. It ain't even the fact of belief. It's what we know. You know, the belief comes in us believing that we can make it, as it is written, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. It's the self-belief that we can make it to the finish line. But when it comes to the prophecies and the understanding, we got it, man. You know, it ain't no, yeah, we still figuring it out. We still trying to figure out the MOT. We still trying to figure out who the devil is. We still trying to figure out if it's World War III or it's gonna be a time. We know these things are gonna come to pass. You know, which I have a couple statistics if I could bring out. But this is under the end of the AmericanDream.com, and I'm gonna try to hit the more potent ones. But it says 44 statistics from 2024 that are almost too crazy to believe. Let me see. I'm gonna get to the good stuff. You had nearly $11 billion was spent during the 2024 election cycle. That is the most money ever spent on an election by a very wide margin.
And that's due to, like the officer was saying, Kashakwala, Kamala Harris. You know, you brought Eminem, Beyonce, you had to pay these people off,
You
man.
gotta pay your Cardi
Sexy
B,
Red, Cardi B,
Get them
and look what happened. You people got worse.
That bitch went shopping.
Yeah, she went shopping and she lost horribly, man.
Without fucking tax paying.
Yeah, you so-called Americans will be big on the tax money. This is what your tax money spent on.
Oh yeah, and they're giving it to
Ukraine.
Ukraine, you know.
which they're getting their asses kicked. You know, they're getting destroyed in the process. So as Russia is getting more of its footing in Ukraine, we're gonna see what that's turning into too. You know, that ain't just stop. You had well, I'll go into a little bit more. It says $1.2 billion was spent on a political acts in the state of Pennsylvania alone. Prior to the election, one survey found that 79% of Americans believed the nation was on the wrong track. So people are, their antennas is being up here, man. All right.
If I can make a quick point, just going back to, you remember that interview with Putin and Carlson?
Oh, yeah.
He was giving the whole history. So, like you're saying, even Ukraine getting foot stuck up their butt, you know, really all Putin is doing is just rightfully taking back what was his.
That's all he's doing.
That was wrongfully, hear me out, that was wrongfully taken. I say hear me out because, like, what's really Esau's?
Yeah.
You know, but was wrongfully taken from him back in 91. That's all he's doing. That's why he doesn't want to totally obliterate the place, which he can. You know, we low-key saw him use it almost like a tactical nuke.
Oh,
almost.
yeah.
The Orshanik or whatever it was called. Well, yeah, and one missile has like 6 warheads in it. You know, so he's taking them. All he's doing is taking back what's his. And then the last thing too, all these billions of dollars that are spent on the presidential race, and then Ukraine. All this show is a precursor to show you what's going to happen to America. Spending on bread and circus, but you're sending that money to Ukraine, still getting your ass whooped because really, that's an indirect war between Russia and the United States. What we call a proxy war. How else is Ukraine getting these weapons and these ammunition and guns, stockpile, tanks, fighter jets, drones? Because it's a new type of warfare. How are they getting this? From America. It's an indirect war. They just don't want to paint it as America fighting Russia. Because that title right there would be the climax. And the Lord says we ain't there yet. You got a few more things to happen. You got it.
Perfect. A little bit more. What's the U.S. government is currently 36 trillion, 144 billion, 183 million. Yeah, 375,000 in debt. And rising, aggressively rising at that.
Yeah.
You know, you see these people. Oh, we had the holiday season pretty much is ending, and these people are pissed off, man.
Right.
They're not living how they was once living, man. You know, when you was a child, we see that Christmas was around. You know, it just passed. You know, you would have a tree full of shit.
This ain't the 90s.
This ain't the 90s, man. You know, you even like the Lord said that He's even gonna take take that merry spirit out of Egypt. So these people that once even the holidays that people enjoy, there's nothing here is enjoyable at this point, man. You know, this lifestyle is starting to become more and more dystopian. It's miserable. All right. It says if number 6, if our politicians keep spending money at the current rate, the U.S. government will be $51 trillion in debt 4 years from now.
And that goes to show you too. I got a precept for you. This is Proverbs 14. Because when you run out of money, is you happy? No. It's like fuck. This is Proverbs 14 and 13. It says, "Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness." You know, so just like the scriptures say, pretty much in Habakkuk, America's laden heavy, pretty much with debt. It's clay in it, but that's the debt. When you in debt, it ain't fun. It's not fun. You know, You can't do nothing, can't buy nothing.
Yeah.
All your money goes to this.
You stuck on your phone all day.
Right. Trying to find ways out instead of just living.
Mm-hmm.
People are trying to find ways out. They're trying to point the just trying to do something. A lot of people really are giving up. That's why, you know, that TV button getting pressed a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people been pressing that button,
Yeah, a lot of people
taking them
in a
naps,
crash out mode.
punching
You know,
out.
like this woman that you know, deleted this other woman because she delivered a pizza to you know, one of this extended stage and she didn't get a tip. So people just willingly crashing out for the F of it here in America, man.
Mm-hmm.
Control Alt Delete.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any which way they can possibly. You know, these people are losing their wits.
Yep.
You know, I'm reading a little bit on this article, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through all of it, but there's a lot of meat in here. It's speaking about people being heavily depressed, and I'm just going to, you know, sum it up. Workers not making much.
See these strikes going on.
Yep, these strikes going on. They talked about the U.S. How much it really takes to actually live the American dream. Let me see what it just said that. People don't believe that they're going to become homeowners anymore.
Keep believing it.
They're through.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. For the average person, it now costs $4.4 million to live the American dream over the course of a lifetime. The average household in Miami spends $327 during a single trip to the grocery store. That's crazy. Yeah, so like we just said, that lifestyle, and then it keeps getting inflated, which is going to turn into hyperinflation. That's another thing too. They just brought out the amount of prices of even orange juice. Orange juice is going up, eggs, milk, your daily essentials that you would once just, you know, you could just swipe the card and it ain't really tapping your account. You check your account, you be looking like, yo, man, is somebody stealing from me, man? Which the answer really is yes. But the buying power even of the funds that you kill yourself for
Right.
is constantly getting weaker and weaker. To the point where brothers live on the mill, man. You know, you see the amount of travel. It was a time where brothers were, you know, the Atlanta camp was a revolving door. You know, now we know the state of the economy. Brothers don't really even have the luxury. You know, anytime I talk to brothers, they be like, man, you know, I wish, you know, it's tough. And even us, we don't really do a lot of moving as we would love to do. You know, not that we can't. I mean, not that we're able to. Well, the fact of it is we're not able to because of the conditions of the society, man. You know, and we're not the only ones feeling the squeeze. You know, the whole world, as we know it, is being wrung out, and it's getting to the point where guns and butter. You know, what you own as far as military expenses, that's what's gonna hold you. You know. As far as stability with these people, that's their mindset. Either putting their energy into these guns, or just putting their energy into just bread and circus. You know, living that lie until the curtain is lifted. Mm-hmm. You know, constantly just feeding the flesh, you know, rather than feeding the spirit. And you know, of course, we know that Isaiah 33:6, as it is written, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. We don't have to invest in either. Now it's good to have certain stuff, you know, if you desire, you know, certain things, just food, you know, just certain stuff if you would like to, but nonetheless, that stuff's not going to deliver us. You know, Scripture speak about how the Lord delivers from death. You're going to have certain people that's going to have a house full of stuff, and guess who that's going to be for? The elect. You know, because the Most High is going to direct and guide our steps in that day, and we already know that it's going to be an event, like I just said earlier, which is going to give this man license to start running and rummaging through a lot of these houses, you know, that mass majority of these people are nestled in. But you got it. That was good.
I got a precept for President Alvin. This is Isaiah chapter 24, starting at verse 6. It says, Isaiah 24:7, the new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the merry-hearted do sigh. And we're seeing that more and more prevalent going into 2025, man. The merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth, which represents, you know, the happiness, the happy, joy spirit. Of Tabor ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth in them. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be better to them that drink. You drink it. Now you go to a liquor store, man. You'll see people, man. They're not in that happy, jolly spirit. They're just drinking to get by. You know, as a song say, Mobb Deep said, "Drink the pain away." That's what people are doing. You see people going to the liquor store, these last minute runs on the so-called last day of this year. They're drinking the pain away, man. All right, they're watching the ball games, which, you know, we watch ball games, we watch football, you know, we watch sports, we watch shows, but our main focus is on prophecy. Like the elder said, these people are invested in bread and circuses.
Yeah, and they saying that it's making them sick as hell too. You know, that's the thing with the American diet, which that's the epitome of bread. You know, that excessive, you know, fill up, eating heavy carbs, you know, just stuffing your stomach, you know, stretching your stomach out. That comes with a lot of lethargic. You become extremely lethargic, and the daily functions of what you ought to you do, it becomes more and more difficult. That's why a lot of these Americans, they don't want to work no more, man.
Right.
They just want something. That's why the MOTB, a lot of you people, y'all gonna run. Y'all really gonna run to it. It's gonna be like Black Friday with a lot of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans when it comes, because that's gonna be the easy. These people want an easy way out at this point. Brothers are just gonna go into how everybody just want to hit that big boy delete button, you know, all caps, so they can just punch out. So if they can find some type of new high, a new trend to just keep going just for a span of time, these people don't give a damn. You know, hell, even that 2025 resolution of this gonna be my year, all these man, niggas ain't saying that. They're like, man, this is 2024 wrung my soul away. I don't even want to be here. I'm just on Facebook and these different places just to make people laugh, to seem like everything is cool. My life is garbage. It's a hot can of garbage.
Yeah.
The family structure's through. You got it.
That's what you get when you, just like we were speaking earlier with wickedness, how it spreads, because wickedness is actually a leash. It sucks you dry. Pause. You know, but really it does, because it takes all morality out.
Yeah.
This is the product of when wickedness takes all hope out of people. When someone has no hope, there's no drive, there's no desire. If there's no drive or desire, there's no discipline. If there's no discipline, because what? Motivation feeds discipline. Nobody's motivated. You're not even disciplined to even eat motivation. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no desires. It's just, you're there. You exist.
Yep, dead.
No one knows their purpose. You know, you just got, bros we go to the grocery store, you just see blank stares on people's faces.
Yeah, they got that.
This is 28 days later that we're living in. You know, they're coming out with a new movie 28 years later. Shit.
Wow.
You know, this is what they have the show Walking Dead, but walk outside.
Walk outside, yeah.
That is the Walking Dead. Just like Ezekiel, what is that, 37th chapter?
Yeah.
That's where we are. You know?
I got something real quick.
I got one more precept if you don't mind. Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Like that old rock and roll group Genesis. This is the land of confusion. All right, you don't know who's who. A man could be a woman could be a man, and y'all still running with that narrative. Haven't you figured out that wickedness is not going to get you anywhere? You know, you still on this women, man. You women are going to be facing severe judgments, man.
Oh, yeah.
As I always say in my lessons, man, hey, 2025 is going to be that year for you women to turn into prostitution, man. Okay? Sex workers.
Yeah, a lot of women are hitting prostitutes anyways. They just don't want to coin it that term. But the market that we live in, these women, even prostitutes, are condemning the action of the modern day OnlyFans women and these women. You know, I seen one woman, she seemed like she was a veteran hoe. And she was basically saying, what y'all women doing, man, that ain't what we do. You know, y'all doing some witchcraft, y'all doing some high level witchcraft. Y'all leading these men on and you know, getting these men doors kicked in a few days later after, you know, certain exchanges that y'all are doing, and y'all are just being inappropriate, just demons. You know, y'all not even being an actual quote unquote harlots. You know, a man even in the ancient world, he would deal with a harlot. You know, he would just, it would be, you know, clean and concise, whatever. Exchange, mutual exchange. Everybody, you know, the duty. It, you know, whether you go to a hotel or whatever. These women setting men up, getting their whole households robbed. You know, doing all kind of evil shit, and jumping online, bragging about it, giggling, sniggling. You know, everything is about talking down on the so-called black Latino and really the black man. You know, because we have the most hate. You know, everybody's generated by just pure hate when they see us. You know, now of course it's 12 tribes, but just speaking in regards to our people, they look at us as like just pure disgust. We don't belong in the upper class. We need to be in the hood and just destroyed. You know, so it's already a certain like stigma. It's already a heavy stigma on us as and don't, it's like we not the ones that's the main. Now don't get it wrong, niggas is niggas.
Right.
You know, I ain't getting niggas off the hook, because niggas have fit that bill.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, but it's more to it, man.
Right.
You got to blame. What about the black woman? What about the so-called white man? What about these different nations? What about everybody that's putting poison and that's creating these creating a negative scenario in the hood, man? Depriving the hood. I just read something on this article, which I know Shalimar got something, but another thing that's big is people eating bugs. I didn't even know that was a big thing, but they said that a lot of people are eating. What did it just say? People are, really getting to the low. Yeah, according to the UN, there are over 2 billion people that eat insects as part of their normal diets right now. Yes,
I say about 60% of that's India.
Yeah, the Indians is screwed. But guess what? Here in America, the amount of the luxury of expense is dwindling. You know, you went from the name brand, now you're going to the off brand. You know, you can go to the, you're gonna have to start making more adjustments. And guess what? The people are gonna become more dissatisfied, seeing that they can't eat the top quality foods, and they're really gonna lose their mind, because these people are highly addicted to food. Food addiction is one of the strongest addictions, one of the main addictions here in America.
Right.
Gluttony.
You got it, man.
Okay, good. Real quick, this is I think you actually quoted this earlier, Barzal. 2nd Esdras chapter 14 and verse. I started at 14, but I'm gonna read down to 17. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature." Man, and if we didn't have this blueprint, to read things like this and live by it, and we'll be finished with the rest of the world, man. We don't have money like that. A lot of times we don't know when we're gonna get our next meal.
Before you read, I have a quick precept and I'm bouncing right back to you, because it goes exactly what you said. Job 38:3 says, "Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me." You got it, bro.
Yeah, and then just to elaborate on that, and it's true, it builds manhood. There has been a lost culture of manhood within our nation. Like we just said, they have the saying goes, how good times or bad times create good men, and good men. I could pull it up.
Oh, you talking about like bad times create strong men create good times, good times create weak men create bad times.
Yep. It's a constant cycle. So we really are, we fall in the product of strong men. Because what? We dwell in the house of mourning. We're not flipping the pages, of this life looking for every pocket of just having fun. This thing isn't about having fun, man. It's about getting the job done. And we know that takes grit. It takes dedication. It takes consistency. It takes self-sacrifice, and painstaking research, a lot of knowledge, to know, which that adds to your pain. The scriptures speak about that. You know, so this walk that we indulge in is not. Oh, this isn't a thing for the weak of heart. You know, so how do you stay fueled and stay continuing? Optimism, spiritual optimism, which is hope. You know, even though hope can be deferred, the scripture says, "Hope deferred maketh the heart sick." So sometimes, you know, we've been saying it the previous years. Hopefully, we always speak in hope. You know, but we see that the time is coming closer and closer. But nonetheless, we do hold those things as a treasure. You know, faith. You know, and we're not wavering from these things. See, it was a time where we didn't know if when this stuff would happen. Now we would just speak on it, but now we seeing like, damn, what we were speaking of 5, 6, 7 years ago, we're really seeing it. Literally, you could just turn on the internet and just scroll through and just see all kind of articles just popping in your face of prophecy. Prophecy is just jumping through the pages. You know, through these, it don't matter damn near what site you go on. You go on Twitter, you go on Facebook, you see them talking about Israelites, you just see all kind of information that just corresponds. It ain't got to take a lot of extra stuff to get the point across at this point. Brother's got it up.
I'm going to continue on. It says, verse 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times.
Yeah, because that's what's going to separate, Lord willing, us from the majority of the people, man. Because they're thinking about the wife, the kids, the mortgage. Like the elder brother Bars all said, it's going to be easy for these people to take that digital off, man. Because they're caught up in the affairs of this life. They're caught up in, my son's baseball practice. Caught up in how does my family look at me. Trying to live up to the Joneses still. You got a lot of people that still keeping up with the Joneses in 2025. All right, what's that? We were watching this years ago. How it will all end. Remember that audio book? It was basically solely based upon Esau. How Esau couldn't go on these trips. Esau couldn't, take his kids to these expensive recitals. Then all of a sudden, this guy blew his brains out in his car. He took his whole family out. This is the reality of what's coming here in America, and we got to prepare our minds for it. We easily could be homeless, man. We might be on the run, so we can't worry about the everyday, day to day. The Lord got us in all facets of life, man. Like the scriptures say, "My servants shall eat." Is a reward for those who serve the Lord. The rest of you people, you're doomed for, believe it in this American dream. As we've been bringing out, it's an American nightmare, man.
I'm going to continue. Verse 16, it says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yep, and the word evil means bad times, man. Eve is times, and ill is to be sick. So there's going to be some real sick times that we live in. And the scriptures speak about the love of many shall wax cold. You're going to see a lot of mother-daughter deletions, which we've seen that this year. Of what they call it's certain sides. Like you got I think brother side, like fratricide. I forget the different sides they are, but side means to kill or delete. So you're gonna even see a lot of family members really pushing the button on each other, man. Just like the movie The Purge, which even Trump spoke about. That it needs to be a purge, or he's going to try to enact a purge or something around the way, And guess what? People were excited to hear that. It's not like when people hear these different things about, knocking people off, they shy away. This ain't the time where the whole, the nuclear family. These people are living in a household with people that they really want to take out.
Oh yeah.
They looking at them every day like, man, if it wasn't for the law, I would push your whole shit back. And this is husband and wife. You got a lot of husbands that want to get at their wife, man, knowing what their wife does, but they don't want to raise up any type of no situation, because now they're gonna have them boys on their back. They got to pay child support, spouse support, because she's gonna spin the narrative and play the victim, as they all do, and make it seem like the reason why she did X, Y, Z was because of his insecurities and his lackluster mentality and him doing everything or overworking, all this X, Y, Z, So I just to say the structure of life, the framework that people was once living upon that actually worked. These things actually, it was a time where this stuff worked. It ain't working no more. So these people, like the brother I was saying, these people are extremely depressed. They're on all types of drugs, legal and illegal, and they're doing whatever it takes to try to cope, whether it's video games, excessive entertainment, eating, but nonetheless, it is going to be a war that's going to be fought. The scripture tells you that was it Michael and his angels fought the devil and his angels. The amount of weapons manufacturing and military expenses is not going down. That's another thing. That's going taxpayers' dollars. You're not getting benefits from your, what I'm saying? All this money you're giving to the government. All this stuff is to put your ass into war. And federal lockdowns. This man is building a system of a next level prison. From your money, from your hard-earned wages, from the labor that you put in. You seeing in some of these jobs, the big boy robots is coming in. I know, certain brothers work jobs or associated with certain jobs. You see what your company supervisors and CEOs and whatnot is investing in, not your ass.
Well, see, good point, because a lot of people have forgot about that port strike.
That port strike.
Oh yeah.
There was a port strike, but then what hit? Those two hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
So it made them go. I forgot what the rule is. Biden can make them go back to work for like a natural disaster or something like that. But what people bypass about that is it's still a pending deal or a plea, and the port strike can hit mid-January.
Mm-hmm.
So the port strike is gonna start back up. Shit, this month.
That's crazy.
It's gonna start back up this month, and we already know what a port strike can do if these men go on strike for a week. Your grocery stores are gonna start looking very skeleton-like. We call this grocery store Skeletor. Okay, No, but real talk. Because just like the elder was saying, these new machines and shit, that's what they're striking against. They're striking against pay, and that these new machines are taking their jobs right now. That's what they're striking against.
But how can they fight against the future? Because the future is being manufactured among us. You got Nvidia and these major investors too, that know the power of the chip. They look at the chip as the fucking of the They got when they see the microchips, they see the lights and the aura around the mugs, man.
Right.
They like this is the future.
Oh yeah.
They know what this how it could change not just one industry. It can change military men. It could change It could change the medical industry, the entertainment industry. It could change security. Really, the chip is the future. It can do. It can damn near do everything. To be honest, it could be in the smallest of places.
Mm-hmm.
As we speak, it be chips all over us, in our phones, close quarters, far quarters. It operates in everything at this point.
The car you drive. A few years ago, Toyota had to stop making Tacomas because they ran out of chip production. And here in America, the Tacoma is the #1 selling mid-sized truck. So that's a hell of a lot of money they ran out on. You had Nancy Pelosi about 2 years ago go overseas to these semiconductor plants to pretty much sway them to be with America. Like all these other semiconductor companies like NVIDIA, Amtech, their stocks have been going skyrocketing. It's been going crazy. Why? Because just like the elder saying, it's the new wave. It's intelligence. AI. You have something called AGI, which is higher than AI, which is artificial general intelligence, which they say artificial general intelligence thinks like an actual human.
Mm.
It operates like a human. It has a conscience, all of that. This is the time. That's why they had to cancel that show Black Mirror.
They had to get it out. Yeah,
They had to get it out of there because
that's crazy.
all that was happening in Black Mirror is happening like the social structure. You have
Yeah.
a social status. That's the C-HIP. That's the MOTB. You know, time management, MOTB.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got more on that, bro?
Yep.
I got one more. The last verse on verse 17, it says, "For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein."
Because what are we talking about right now? We're talking about conveniences.
Yeah.
Conveniences make people weaker.
Right.
Going back to that show Black Mirror, that bitch in that damn she took a piece of her, put it in a
Oh yeah.
chip pretty much, and that shit had it making toast the way she wanted it exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's conveniences. We are in quote unquote good times. That's why it's these individuals are so weak. Matter of fact, can you go back to the top where you started and read it? No, Salakia. It was Isaiah 24, brother. You still holding that?
Yeah, I still got it.
Isaiah 24:10. Read that.
Let me start from 10.
Yeah, I think it was that. Wherever you started from first.
I started from verses 7.
Where does it say? Read 10. Read 10.
Isaiah 24 and verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up,
There you go.
that no man may come in.
Yeah, see that? It says the city confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up. So let's even take that. Every house is shut up. People ain't fucking with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could take that verse and say people ain't fucking with nobody. Everyone's an introvert now.
Mm.
Right.
You know, people are bottling shit in, just like the elder was saying. There's Jake out there with a woman want to wring their fucking neck
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. They're ready to get rid of it.
Right.
You know, want to wring their neck, but they bottling that shit in. That means the door's shut.
Mm-hmm.
The door is shut. It's gonna bust wide open here in a second.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Breach ready to fall.
Just
Reach
let
ready to
911. Soon as 911 disappears, it's
Mm.
over for a lot
It's,
of people.
it's over. You're gonna hear a lot of scream. That's why the scripture said, Yahweh Shai was saying, gnashing of the teeth.
Gnashing the
Mm.
You're gonna hear a lot of screaming, yelling, you know, arguing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the best believe you if you live in an apartment complex, townhomes, or just shit, fucking in neighborhoods, you gonna hear your neighbors getting into it.
Outcries of help.
Cries of help. You
Mhm.
better mind your business.
Mind your business,
The scripture say it.
Yep.
The scripture say first not to meddle in many affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me get this one real quick in Ecclesiasticus 11. What it say? It says, Ecclesiasticus 11 and 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not.
Yeah, like
None of your business.
what's that movie with Denzel? Book of Eli.
Boogie Life.
Yeah.
When the woman was getting grapes. Stay the path.
Stay the
Stay
path.
the path.
He
man.
knew the scripts.
Yeah, it was in the spirit.
He knew the scripts. That don't concern me.
Mhm.
I'm on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And some things don't concern us. Best believe, man, if you, the Spirit's dealing with you, if the ones who do come, the Lord's gonna make the ones who He wants come.
Yep.
You know, and you gonna know it's gonna be blatantly obvious because everything's gonna be chaos. Why is this individual coming to me so peacefully?
Yeah. Oh, but that was the
Yeah.
Book of Eli.
Yeah.
The girl, what was her name? I think Sophia.
Yeah, that's
You
the
know.
Spirit. Yep.
It was organic.
Yeah,
And he didn't
yep.
even want her around, to be honest.
Right.
But the spirit had her where she was just pestering.
Right,
So he was like, all right, come on, you know.
right.
It's gonna be like that in that day. You ain't gotta chase. The scripture says that women gonna cleave unto you in Isaiah 4:1. You know, the necessary woman that's gonna be for you and your walk, that's gonna be who in your corner. We don't have to force the course of nothing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to, as it is written, do the work of evangelists.
Right.
You know, work while it is day. The scripture says that the night cometh when no man shall work. We just need to just keep our hands on it. Just stay at the mill.
Keep your hand on the plow.
Keep our hands on the plow.
Right.
Everything else is we're gonna see the we're literally witnessing the fall of Babylon the Great. We're seeing an aggressive decline. Howard Shah said, "I have seen Satan as lightning fall from heaven." Man, you got brother.
Hey, shit, that's the spirit. It's quick. All this gonna happen quick.
Mm-hmm.
Very quick. It's a domino effect. You know, you push that one domino, everything else gonna fall. Another term, the snowball effect.
Snowball, yeah.
It takes one flake, and then next you know it's an avalanche. And that's what's happening right now. We just waiting on that one flake to fall,
Mm-hmm.
and then the avalanche hits.
Mm-hmm.
That one raindrop, and then the mudslide happens. That's what we waiting on.
That's it.
You know what America is right now? Fucking Jenga board.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty much.
pulling. The Russia's pulling this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tilting like the Tower of Pisa.
Yeah.
The fucking China's pulling this one.
And America's stretched too thin to stop.
Right.
They can't do nothing. They gotta move around their debt. They're trying to move around the military. They're trying to.
They gotta play the game too.
They gotta play the game.
They gotta play. Everyone has to make a move.
Everybody.
Not everyone's move is gonna be right. America's gonna make the wrong move, and then all hell gonna break loose. All hell gonna break loose.
Making that move they can't turn back from.
Right.
And it's just like chess. When you go forward, you know, or checkers more so.
Yeah.
You go forward, you ain't gonna be able to come back.
And the only way you can go back and forth is you being the king.
Being the king.
That crown is being taken away from Esau.
Mm.
He can't move. He can't move back no more.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's being subject.
Exactly.
That's the power of your Al Shemal Rashad. It said that I'm gonna show you that you're a man. You're just a little man. You know, you try to act like you're the big guy. You know, you got the big pants. You want to tell people what to do. Guess what? You gonna be told what to do.
Exactly.
They said there's no fun when the rabbit gets the gun. So all the people that he prayed. Oh, it says that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and it says every hand of the wicked shall be upon them. That talks about the laborers.
I'm holding it right.
Oh, well, that's a spirit. Yeah.
But I wanted to get Job 20 and 15.
Come on.
It says he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. So yeah, I mean, everything that this place has swallowed down, all the riches, all the resources, you know, even that golden cup, you know, making the nations mad. All that's about to turn up against Esau and all of his plans. It's gonna look good. It's gonna like everything working, and the next thing you know, all hell gonna break loose, chaos, and Esau ain't gonna have no control over it.
When thou sayest peace and safety,
Yep.
because it seems peaceful, which really these people don't have it. If anybody has a peace of mind, it's us. Because we know that at the end, we know the beginning and the midst of times. Now we still in the house of sorrow,
Right.
but it's still a level of peace. The scripture says, "Seek peace and ensue it." We not tripping. We not down. What is 2025? We know what 2025 gonna bring. You know, we don't have these thought processes of next year I'm gonna be able to, you know, live it good. We're gonna be able to buy my house, and then after 30 years, you know. We already we fully invested in the kingdom of heaven. Scripture says we seeking for new kingdom and a new earth. A new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right.
That's not here. So us as well. You have these other nations that's making critical actions to topple this place. Guess what? We doing the same thing too. But we doing it in the spirit.
Right.
These vibrations that we speak of. It brings life as well as it brings it's an omen of death. You know, we put bad omens on this society, man. Whenever somebody constantly speaks ill of you, your ass, you more than likely gonna start getting sick. Have a woman that's always talking down on you. You ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. After a while, you're gonna start believing that shit. You know, if you got a weak character or a weak mind, or you ain't telling this bitch to. Excuse my friend, or you ain't shutting her, dispelling them demons out of her, you know, condemning her that voice she coming with, you're going to eventually start to buy into that, you know, because words have power. So us brothers through these, which is constant New Year's Eve of destruction taking place as we speak. All these brothers pretty much chanting down Babylon, that's putting the energy out there, man. You know. But y'all brothers got it.
I wanted to continue to read in this Job 20. I'm gonna skip down to verse 22. It says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." Yep.
And what was that? Job 20?
20 and 22.
Okay.
Read 23.
Kind 23. When he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
That's right. Hey, it said while he's eating.
Yep.
So that goes to show you, he's still gonna get some work done. Esau's still gonna get some work done. 2/3. That's the part where it says while he's eating, he's gonna destroy y'all. He's the monster that's gonna eat y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because it says while he's eating. Okay, not before he ate or while he's preparing to eat. While he's eating, he's already got y'all set up. Everything's prepared. Y'all on the plate. Y'all on the plate with the apple in your mouth, looking like a fucking pig on a fucking platter. Just there, looking stupid, and he's gonna start eating. Straight up. And then while he's filling his belly, that's when the Lord's gonna come.
Yeah, that's a surgical time because when you eat, you get lethargic. I think that's how saying of how Babylon got overthrown. I think it was a time of like a feast, if I'm not mistaken. But that is a tactic with military men. They'll wait whether feast days or some type of celebratory event or nights where everybody's just chilling and they're not really at the high point, and they strike. Strike when people are sleeping. That's the best times. You watch the movie Troy. The first thing was the invasion through the Trojan horse.
The gift destroyed the heart.
The gift destroyed the heart, which the adulterer, he told his father not even to take it, which he was in the spirit then, but his father was being simple and still took the Trojan horse. And at night, they started to slide through there, started taking, knocking people down. So now it's the same thing now. This is like a Trojan horse event. You got a lot of even sleeper military men that's even amongst us. That's another thing too that's not being spoke of. You got a lot of Chinese mercenaries, a lot of Russian mercenaries. Now you got a lot of Chinese. You even got a lot of Chinese lands that's bought and paid for here in America. A lot of farmland that's here in America is owned by China. But how much American farmland? Farmland in China is owned by America. So the invasion is already, like you said, the setting is already there. We just had this whole thing about the drones, or as I said, they don't believe it's American. The weaponries that's in certain locations, they were speculating of where it might be coming from is foreign. So the point that I'm making is a lot of control that Esau once had is being suspended, man. They don't have the footing that they once had, even in the land of America. Through farmland, through lakes and bodies of water, they don't have the full control. Certain passage routes in certain waterways. Esau is going to start losing his footing more and more and more. Now he has a large deal of control, but it's dwindling. And these different countries are making it extremely difficult for America to keep that longevity. You got it.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Right. I don't know if our brother had anything.
Yeah, I'm definitely agreeing with you. What they're doing is causing straits and difficulties for America to, fully execute whatever they're trying to do, or fully continue their enterprise. Which ultimately it's gonna like we're saying, it's gonna start a war, man. And when the war's Esau he's a brat.
Right.
He's a brat. We read it in Genesis 26 and 27, and all the way in the book of Hebrews as well. He's a brat. If he doesn't get what he wants to take everybody down.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
So once war starts, he's gonna line everybody up. He's gonna hip them. You know, he's like, since I can get what I'm bringing y'all with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, precept, bro.
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 19, verses 1 through 3. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Hey, we still, you know, even though this guy number 47 is getting in, which we perceive that he's going to come in on, you know, January 20th, which, hey, it's the same day as you Negroes worship and celebrate your beloved MLK. That's to tell you something, man.
Right.
That danger's on the way in the form of Jacob's trouble. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. That's the modern day Americans versus Americans, as we've been talking about in this lesson. Like the officer Kashkar was saying, it's going to be these disturbances among you people, man. It's going to be civil war.
Yeah, you still got a lot of people, Democrats, that's pissed off that this man is in office.
Oh yeah.
You know, they girl, you know, Kamala didn't make it through you know, get the girls enabled. You know,
Them Democrats are gonna do shit.
yeah, they're gonna be feeling for problems.
I had said it in the group chat one time. He's like, what are they gonna do? March? It's gonna turn into a LGBTQ fucking parade.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, they did try to do that, but it was to none avail. They was, you know, they was in one of them liberal cities like Chicago, marching, and that's it. You took your ass to Chipotle, and that was it, man.
That's what I'm saying. if Kamala won, because you saw what they did January 6th.
Oh yeah.
If Kamala won, these Republicans, they took her
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
fucking with the ballistic, literally ballistic. You know, the Democrats ain't gonna do nothing. They're too fucking liberal.
Yeah, they ain't no nothing.
Continuing on, it says,
Shit would have turned into a fucking gay parade.
yeah. Freak off.
Weird outfits.
We're not gonna take it.
Cut off shirts.
With the biggest lists
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the fucking world of that parade,
YMCA.
Man. It would have turned into YMCA.
Right.
It would have turned into the YMCA video.
Right.
Music video. That's what it randomly.
And that show you that, man, America's just weak, man. You know, America. Oh, even the structure of men. I just had seen even in the article of how the sperm count is just dead. You know, the you look at men. You know, even the old JB always joking about the old NBA, the old sports. Sports is not the same as it was back then.
Oh no.
You know, the excitement of life itself is not there anymore.
Nah.
Manhood, what men would do, and even kids. These kids ain't even kidding.
Right.
If that's even the right way, these children are not real children, man. They don't go outside. You know how it is. You in your neighborhood, you start to find friends and shit.
Yeah, children have imaginations. Their imaginations are programmed to the video game.
That's it.
I remember growing up, y'all brothers, you know, remember growing up, you know, go outside. We were explorers. As a child, you're supposed to explore.
Oh yeah.
These motherfuckers exploring the web.
Yeah, they on the
Going
web.
on XXX sites.
Triple X and what's the game that the Fortnite?
Fortnite.
Oh yeah. Fortnite.
That's what they exploring the world of Fortnite.
And they spending a killing on those games too.
Right.
You know, swiping their mom. A lot of these kids are stealing their mom's bank cards.
Yeah.
You know, buy skins.
Right.
This place is finished, man.
Right.
You know, you got
Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what's prophesied in the scriptures, man. So there's going to be a civil war. Verse 3, here's the point. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. So this whole spirit of America, we just mentioned the sports, man. I've been watching a lot of videos this week about the NBA ratings topping. You know, we was brothers got together for the Christmas live stream, and we was watching the Golden State Warriors and the Lakers. That might have brought it up a little bit, but this whole spirit of sports, the bread and circuses, like brothers was mentioning, people are holding on to it, and it's failing people, man.
Right.
Everything that's failing, you know, politics, sports. All right, the family structure's been through,
Right.
as we mentioned, with the hell LG whatever. This whole women's liberation, that's failing. You women are turning into prostitutes. The whole job function is failing. I was just looking at scrolling through my phone, and it said 9 ways how to make money without getting a job. So these people in the spirit of just jugging everybody, knocking people's heads over. And we're in that time. The scriptures say the love of many, because iniquity shall abound, and love of many shall wax cold.
Everybody a scammer now.
Everybody's a scammer. These little kids are scammers. Everybody's a goddamn scammer at this point, man.
Yeah.
In the world, of course.
They give you that crocodile, they'll give them crocodile eyes, and they'll give you that sob victim story, and you start to listen, and you try to help them out. Next thing you know, your whole bank account fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
These bitches are the new tricks.
Oh, these women, man, that's a whole nother topic. And this is literally the valley of the shadow of death. See, even the spirit of griminess, I don't remember it being this grimy years ago. The niggas that was grimy wasn't even like extremely grimy how these regular degular niggas is now, man. These people are looking, they're on an aggressive hunt trying to steal from you.
Right.
You know? They don't want to work. They'll have they might have certain job opportunities in their face. They're just so tired and so. These people are big boy losers in America, man.
Really, it's an oxymoron. It's an You have to sit down and like really put effort and energy into jugging somebody.
They did.
Yeah.
Instead of just going to work.
All that like for all that time, you could have just went to work.
You could just went to work.
And these scammers, it's billions of dollars that being reported as far as scams every year, if I'm not mistaken, or in the hundreds of millions. It's a lot of money that's really in the scamming market. You have Scam Likely, and then you have these delusional assholes that be in on these sites, you know, thinking that they're gonna actually turn 50 into 500, you know, overnight.
Yeah, like, come on.
You got a lot of people asking, you got Bank of America this, Bank of America that, or Cash App or certain stuff like that, just to fuck over your bank account, man. So the spirit of trusting, that's out the window. If it ain't the brotherhood, if it ain't the men that you label with, and the people that you already grew up with, it's really best to not be trying to make too many new friends and shit, man. Be regular.
Yeah.
You know? Everybody else, they're really out to get you. If they're not out to get you, then they got some type of agenda, man.
Yep.
Right.
You know? What's keeping these people ticking that's still going?
Right.
More than likely it's some type of wickedness.
Right.
I got a precept. It says, and I'll give it back to you right now.
No, come.
This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy. For like, as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. There's a movie with, what's his name? Jason Statham. Called Beekeeper.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
It's exactly what Elder Barzal was talking about. It was scamming.
Yep.
It was scamming, and they you know really what scamming is feeding and preying on the weak.
That's all it is, yeah.
That's what it is.
Naive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feeding, because in that movie Beekeeper, it was an old lady who had like a life savings fund or something like that.
What was the actor? What was her name?
Alicia Rashad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see her? Yeah. So
I
like,
seen that intro of.
what ended up happening to her? She ended up deleting herself because she got scammed and they ran. She had like $1 million in that shit,
Yeah.
and they ran it dry to the last very cent.
Yep.
So they didn't put a negative.
Selling her hope.
Selling her hope, and then that's what happens. That's the world we live in, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, Esau started this scamming stuff.
Yeah.
He's a fucking scam.
Oh, even the part of the what Esau does is these we've been seeing a lot of celebrities get dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Esau dropped a lot of these different celebrities so that they could lose their power seat. You know, because so-called a lot of these Negroes are in good positions. You know, a lot of them, it was spoken of even Michael Jackson and Prince starting to get shares and stocks in certain spots where they didn't want them to have, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? It's gonna be a narrative painted, which they all doing the same freaky, frolicky stuff up there, you know. But it's gonna be painted that this is the super villain.
Right.
This is the you know, like we got the Diddler. It's so many Diddlers out here,
Right.
you know. Now everybody just scared of the Diddler or R. Kelly. What about the so-called white man?
Yeah.
You know, who taught the Diddler how to did?
Right.
You know,
And this man is such a
how to
devil.
diddle.
He puts, even on a higher level, man. He puts these Negroes. You're the mayor of the town. Like this guy Eric Adams of New York. He don't know what the f he doing, bro. And that is all. And that's Esau's narrative. Blame a nigga. Oh, he's a governor. Blame him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna lead up to Jacob's trouble, man. Because who's gonna be?
They need a fall guy.
The scripture say the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is gonna be? Oh, that's the problem. You know, we got these Venezuelans, these blacks,
Right.
these Native Americans. They gonna come up with a narrative for you Native Americans too.
Absolutely.
Don't forget about you Native Americans. Sit up there quiet up on these goddamn reservations, man. This devil still hates your guts to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a narrative for you too, man. That's why we tell you and we pump out these lessons, telling you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to give the program, man.
Yeah.
Because he got a narrative for you.
He saw in his chambers, like, I can't believe these red faces are still here. Got smallpox, wiped them out. Now they got fucking reservations.
Right.
You can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, we got something for them. Like we got something for them boys.
For the featherheads.
Yeah, for those featherheads. This gonna be a trick they ain't never seen.
Yeah, man.
Right.
You know.
But hey, just like this, just like Esau got something for you, Native Americans. We're here to tell you a troop shall overcome.
Yeah, so
Right.
yeah.
We're here to bring you the optimism.
Mhm.
Right.
While Esau is a pessimistic piece of shit.
Mhm.
Right.
We're here to bring you the optimism. We just need you to open up your ears and listen.
Yeah. Pay attention.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Pay attention.
I got a little precept on
Mhm.
if I may. Habakkuk 1:5.
Mm.
Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe,
Mm.
though it be told you. For lo,
I'm about to say, one of the works is us.
yeah,
Yeah.
prophet, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are these men standing on the street? They cannot believe it. They literally can't.
Yeah, we don't even get a lot of backlash that we once got. When we first started teaching, man, the whole world was looking to get us off the corners, man.
Right.
Now it's a lot more calmer. When they see us, now they already know that what we say in the narrative that we push is destruction. But they already coming in the spirit, like looking around, like damn, America is through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that they saying is making sense.
Makes sense.
There was a time when we would say stuff and they like, yo, this shit don't make sense what these niggas are saying on the street. And they look crazy. Now they looking at us like, damn.
Or it was like a painful pill to swallow.
It was a painful pill to swallow. They wanted to try to, like the scripture said, they try to shut the eyes or close the ears.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yep, being in that ignorant mentality. Now people are just like, yo, they was right. There was one guy that did a video like, yo, isn't it safe to say that those Hebrews, that those guys that was on the street that was saying, it's really safe to say that they was actually correct in the time and the conditions of America and how hard it is to sustain this and the amount of wickedness that's being generated and we just seeing our presidents and our politicians that we once loved or do love or whatever however the hell they feel about their leaders. Like as it is written, the leader of my people calls them the heir. They don't have their best interest at hand. As soon as they get the approval to swing the bag around, they throwing the bag over that way.
Right.
It ain't going to you niggas' pockets.
Yeah.
And they know you struggling. They know you eating straight crap.
Right.
And you barely making it. They looking to cut off welfare.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. Scripture speak about that in Isaiah 32nd chapter. And it's only a few people that really could see it.
Right.
Now everybody else, they still trying to, sidestep and still trying to find a way to live in this American nightmare and turn it into an American dream. and they're gonna keep that blind hope until judgment takes place and all the lights get cut off. You know, but we're definitely living in that time. That's why 2025 is gonna be a horrible year.
Yeah, it is. It's 2020. From 2020 to now, it ain't done nothing but got worse.
It got worse.
The only thing that's been positive is men growing in the spirit.
Yeah, to be
That's
honest.
literally the only thing that's been positive.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, they still got that moat, spiritual moat in their eyes, so they can't see the positivity in that. You know, and just like we always bring this out, the definition of it, like you're saying, the American dream, it literally means a bitter illusion. You know, the elders, elders in this camp always going to break down the word America, who it goes back to. You know, at this point, we beating a dead horse. Go look it up where it goes back to. But the word America means bitter.
Bitter, yeah.
And a dream means an illusion. And we read Ecclesiastes, the 34th chapter, what a dream is. It tells us not to believe it.
Yeah. Chasing after something that's not there.
Yeah, you're a dog chasing around its own tail, man.
I got a little bit more going to bitter. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march, which you have martial law, and they said martial law usually takes place around March, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. Now that did actually take place in Habakkuk's time when these prophets were writing. They were writing in context, so you can read the Bible in context and get the same, get impact. But I say, however, the prophecy of it is like as scripture speaking of things afar off, because they would speak according to the oracles that was, of the Most High, so to speak, and they would write it in context, but in the spirit, they didn't necessarily know that this would be Habakkuk didn't know that this would be applied to America.
Yep.
He was writing in the realm that he was living in. We apply it to America because in the spirit, the prophets being subject unto the prophets. Being like successors. All right, hey, you know what? Habakkuk, that applied then. But what they say, that's Hebrew. That's taking things out of context. No. That's adding to the text. Scripture speak about a wise man hearing, and he's adding to it. It applies now. These words are living. So, because what? When governments fall, all they do is transfer. Babylon, America. Here we got New Year's. Where that came from? It came from ancient Babylon. The concept of believing in the new year and having a New Year resolution and all that goes back to ancient Babylon. A lot of American structures and a lot of laws and the lifestyles that a lot of people are living goes back to these ancient holidays. They didn't just come up with this shit in America.
Right.
We're literally living in Babylon, ancient Babylon all over again. That's why you had ancient Babylon, you had different periods of Babylon. It wasn't just Babylon.
Right.
They classified it as Neo-Babylon. Ancient, you had the Tower of Babel, you had ancient Babylon, you had Neo-Babylon, and then the scriptures speak about the virgin daughter of Babylon. As it's written in Ezekiel, as is the daughter, so is the mother. So the characteristics and the lifestyle of modern day Babylon echoes the same sentiment as ancient Babylon. So furthermore, the powers that be, as in ancient Babylon, they're going to come down like the ancient Chaldeans back then, which were sorcerers and witches and warlocks. Which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible, and that tells you that in 2nd Ezra. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Verse 8. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat.
See, like, even when you're reading that, just like you're saying, that's why Esau worked so hard. There's so many fronts that he worked so hard to do, but one of them is take out critical thinking from people.
Yeah.
Just like you're saying, you're reading out of context. No, you're just not critically thinking at applying this correctly to your own life. You see, you go to a job and read the SOPs, you have to apply that, you know, and rightfully do the job correctly. You don't just read that and be like, okay.
Mm.
The boss is gonna be like, okay, fucking apply it now.
Mm-hmm.
So when we read this, we have to apply it. It says what? These horsemen is coming from afar. What is he talking about?
Yeah.
What even still, horsemen, what is it talking about? You have to apply these things to what you are modernly living through right now. You know? Like
Yeah.
like the elder said, yeah, ancient Babylon, Neo Babylon, and the daughter verse. Apply it.
Yeah, you gotta apply it.
So critical thinking, okay, ancient Babylon passed,
Mm-hmm.
Neo Babylon passed. Now the daughter, meaning an offspring came.
Offspring, yeah.
An offspring came. Where the fuck you living at right now? Application means a lot, man.
Mhm.
And you have to have the critical thinking to apply this to apply the Bible to your modern life. Even though it's ancient script, these things, just like it says all the way in Revelation, what Yahushua said, I'm Alpha and Omega, man. I'm Alpha and Omega. Just like we mentioned it. We know the beginning, midst, and the end.
Mm-hmm.
You have to apply these things.
And it was heavy. For, just to add to you, Babylon is written in all throughout the Book of Revelations.
Mhm.
Why is Babylon written all throughout the Book of Revelations and Babylon been fell?
Right.
Been fell during the time of Daniel.
So what would it be revealing?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why would it be that's easy. It's
Mhm.
easy, man. But just like the scriptures say, they stumble at the simplicity.
So yeah, the simplicity of
You got it.
a little bit more. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall suck up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. That's going to be massive hauling, and they got They got some badass technology to round,
Yeah.
round people up.
Yep.
You got it.
No, I'm agreeing.
They got the what they call like certain sonic weapons. You know, they got different ways that they're gonna do to keep these people at bay. And if you cross certain lines, or even if you try to leave your city, they're gonna blow up a lot of these bridges, man.
Oh man.
You know,
100%.
because there's gonna be some type of sickness outbreak. Now we just talking about that flu. You know, with the birds, that they starting to try to put out. That's a new narrative. See, they got to keep that scare going.
Right.
Keep people at it like, look, y'all niggas ain't this ain't the comfort zone, man. We don't know, man. The next season, that's how Esau do. It's like a show. You'll watch at the end of the season. They'll throw you the next little previews, and you be like, oh shit, the next season finna be lit. That's how it is. You like 2025, man. Yo, they're not talking about these sicknesses. Next year gonna be lit. It is. But see, we don't have anything to fear, because at the end of the day, you know, we live in Yahushua, we die in Yahushua. So even if you were to pass, just entertaining that notion of thought, there is no passing. We'll be raised up. The scriptures speak about how the dead in Yahushua be raised up.
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't tripping on any of those things that even the so-called what this white man is pushing. We encourage you.
Yeah.
Whatever you got in your vault, whatever the CDC is brewing up, big white coats, you know, putting vials and mixing certain stuff. Get the mixing, you know. Get them putting your potions together. What do you call it with the Agent Zero?
Mm-hmm.
Put it in Agent Zero, if that's the saying goes, you know. Let it or put it whether it's gonna be airborne, or whether it's gonna be foodborne, you know. Go ahead and plant the seed, man. So that things could get popping. Because the closer, when you come down with Great Rab, the Most High is going to lift up the standard. So that's what he's scared of. He don't know where that standard is coming, which he knows the standard is coming, you know, and it will be by the prophets. But the thing is, this man has an overwhelming amount of enemies, man. You know, he got beef on the outside, he got beef in the inside, he got beef in the heavens, he got beef below, Leviathan. You know, so he don't want to really make any type of critical moves, you know, without having full confidence that he can get this thing finished fast. And the Most High would never give him that because he don't got that. He knows that he has but a short time. We can get a few more, and then we'll let it. But I'll let me see if there's some more.
Man, you said them bridges. I forgot all about them bridges.
Oh, the Baltimore Bridge collab.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They had a streak of them going.
Yeah. More train derailments.
Train
2024.
And I just did it a lesson last night. There's been like 3 plane crashes in like 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
What was that, Azerbaijan or whatever, how you pronounce
The
it?
same lesson last night.
With the Russian, they said Russia shot it down. There's another one that happened in Korea just recently.
That Boeing flight,
That killed like 179, 180
Yeah, they got
people.
dropped.
You know, so it's like, bro, these random plane crashes and bridge collapses and, like you're saying, train derailments. Man, either there's somebody on that shit or, you know, it's a reason behind these things, man.
Yeah, everything.
At this point, just like the elder was saying, it's like, man, either trusting the brotherhood or someone you knew from child, whatever, you know what I'm saying? At this point, you gotta question everything.
You gotta question everything.
Everything. It's in the news, it was a plane crash. Why?
Yeah, what's the reason?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me it was engine foot. No. Why? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the Kobe Bryant situation.
Why?
You know, everybody started doing their research and saying that it was Kobe crashing on certain cartoon shows and the
Right.
Simpsons. The Simpsons always predicted something, man.
Revelation of method.
Mm-hmm. So just like the brother said, it's Cap said it's all for prophecy's sake.
Yeah.
The sake of the spirit, and the good movie to watch is The Knowing with Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
He started to follow the prophecies, and he said that it was going to be a plane crash.
Right.
He tried to upset the prophecies, and he couldn't upset the prophecies, but he knew as the momentum on the prophecies picked up, it was going to go into thermonuclear destruction
Right.
and deliverance simultaneously, because the children got delivered, but his motherfucking ass didn't get delivered. You know, he was on top of the I will admit, he was on top of the prophecies though.
You
You know,
he had that Ezekiel written on the
Yeah,
wall. Bruh.
he was drunk off the prophecies. He was
Right.
like, look, man, I ain't letting up off these prophecies. And he started to see, like, yeah, just like you said, the disasters, all these different things was lining up with the book. So when we see these things, we ain't just like, oh, it's just nah. We like, oh, we close. That's devastating. That's you know, a lot of people are starting to see like the hand of the Most High. You know, and we ain't seen the full power. The Lord just doing a little, you know, little flicking here, you know, just to get people acclimated, and really so we can to build our fear and simultaneously build our confidence. Because as we see things take place and see that we're still making it through these different realms of judgment and these different chapters, because it's been some heavy chapters of judgment, man.
Right.
That 19, that pushed some noodles back. Even now, for us to keep that our aggression and our resolve, and we're not dampering or faltering, and we ain't making excuses and trying to do, you know, we still hitting the front lines, still as vibrant as ever, starting off with the apostles and elders on down. That says a lot, man. And we in the same boat. We still eating poison. We not eating the best. Some of us brothers missing meals.
Yeah,
Some
man.
of us brothers malnourished like a mug, mineral deficient. You
Yeah.
know.
I've said this before, man. Who was it? Ezekiel that eat.
Oh yeah. Don't yeah.
It's crazy. We're eating worse than him still.
Oh yeah.
At least he knew it came from a cow.
Yeah, at least.
We don't know where our stuff is coming from.
And the ancient cows, they had a lot of minerals in that.
At least, you know, to be quite frank, you know, if you compare the food that we're eating to what the Lord made Ezekiel eat, I'd rather eat what Ezekiel eating right now.
Yeah.
I know that's a controversial statement, but you get what I'm saying. You know, like at this point, a lot of it, we eating humans and stuff.
Oh hell yeah.
It sucks, but we are definitely eating worse than what the Lord made Ezekiel eat.
Mm-hmm.
I had a quick precept.
I think the term. I was looking at the term poison. I think they link poison with potions. You know, when people actually created poisons and, you know, mixed
Well,
it.
the scriptures say the witchcraft.
Yep, the witchcraft. So we're eating poison, which this devil is putting these you know, he's really putting demons on us through this food, like we were just not speaking of before, you know. But still, we can, for us to build off of that and know how to resist that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, and still be able to condemn and like I said, to take the action of going against the grain, that's power. Because mass majority of people, the diets that the lifestyle that they live in, man, that's letting them into prison.
Right.
We be listening to some of the same music these niggas be listening to, you know, and it don't put us in these, you know, put us in that hypnosis state of wanting to kill, wanting to rob or murder and stuff like that. You know, badly, you know what I'm saying, badly influenced. You know, you try to purge, like the captain had did a lesson on that, purging away from a lot of that bullshit. But you know, some brothers listen to, you know, the genre of music they listen to, it ain't necessarily making them, exciting them to go kick a door, man. You know. So we got, like the Lord said, that we're founded upon that rock, which is Yahweh Shai. When you on that rock of the Lord, it don't matter what it is, man. It's not gonna move you. We're being part of that millstone. We are that millstone through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's grinding and crushing. You know, a millstone's objective is to crush, not be crushed. It's the subject.
Right.
You know, whatever is in front of, it's to do the crushing. It's the attacking device. You know?
It's on the offense.
It's on the offense. So us right now through the spirit, we got momentum in this thing. We just got to keep building up. The last thing you want to do is stop your momentum. Because it's tough to, like a train, it's tough to get a momentum. But when that momentum goes, it's moving. Try to stop a moving train. Shit. You're gonna be stopped in the process. So y'all brothers got it.
This is Isaiah 47. The spirit, you said millstone, because it's verse 2. But I'm gonna go down to verse 10. Isaiah 47:10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me." Just like, you know, the elder was going into how Esau doing all these things, messing up all the food, and, you know, ain't no telling what the hell we eating. We see these things. And it ain't just us. It's folks that don't even know the truth saying the wickedness of America and the wickedness of this white man. And that's really what's causing this place to fail so fast. Because people, I mean, if they're not waking up to the truth, they're waking up to the damn wickedness of Esau. You know, I mean, folks trying to veer away from certain foods and, you know, certain medicines and trying to, you know, do the herbs and all of that. And that's causing Esau to fail there because they you know, people was trusting in medicine. Now, you know, healthcare gonna start falling down, which is a huge crutch for this country. All these things are gonna fail, man.
They don't trust it.
Yep. I mean, it's like it's out there. I even ran into a video, a little 10-15 minute video I watched today. I think it's called a channel called Uncivilized or something like that. And it was like this little white lady, and they literally titled it how the title was how certain empires fell and why America is next. Dead ass. I might put it in the chat.
Damn.
And how America is next. And she started going to the history. Man, real talk.
Nonchalantly and just...
Bro, I'm telling you, like, you know, hear me out when I say this, but you don't necessarily need the scripts to understand that this place, like, is falling.
Yeah.
If you just go into simple history, every kingdom has reign, rise, pinnacle, and fall. And then the next one did the same thing.
Yeah.
They may have different time periods or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But it, you know, sometimes it, like, really doesn't take just a astronomical knowledge of the Bible to understand that's how empires, that's how things happen.
And the inception and the
they always say it in life. Nothing lasts forever. So what the fuck you think America's? You think America's gonna last forever?
Yeah.
You know, and best believe when kingdoms go down, it was never peaceful.
Nah, it wasn't
I
violent.
don't know one kingdom that went down peacefully, and another one that came up in well, I gave you about like 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wanting to ask you, is it okay if it's my turn?
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
You know what?
Let me see how you do it. No.
Yeah.
In order to bring peace, you gotta destroy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta break down.
That's what violence.
Exactly. You gotta rebuild.
Violence is the answer. You know. So it gotta go down. It gotta go down through wrath.
Right.
You know, Scripture speak about the saints shall take. So it's really a great time of taking, man. You know, and that's what all people are speculating. That's why people are making. They're dividing. That they're putting that line in the sand, because they already know that America's to a certain level. America's intimidated by Russia and China.
Mm-hmm.
They are moving very timid. They're not as aggressive as they were when it comes to other countries. Look how they treat us, like straight up niggas. They'll go through your hood and they had the frisking. It's just frisking niggas, man.
I got probable cause.
Yeah, probably. Frisking the same. They said that it was the time frisking the same people over and over again. It was some people that got frisked 2-3 times by the police, man. Is Esau putting that same energy in you know?
China?
Yeah, China and Russia? Nope. Because they know it come with a cost with them, and they willing to. You already know the Chinese, they was big on kamikazes, or that Korea, one of them, Japan, you know. But the Chinese, they will die for their country.
Right.
They don't mind dying for their country.
Well, you know what it is too? He treats the Americans, America treats the Americans terrible. And like you said, they're timid to go to other ones because they owe them money.
They owe money, yep.
You gonna go to Debo and be like, and frisk him?
Mm-hmm.
No, nigga, you owe me. Fuck off me. That's
They got immunity.
me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
little us. What is it? The average American's like $100,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Pick on him.
I know, right?
You fucking owe me. You owe me. I can mess with you as much as you want. I can mess with you
Until
all
you
I
pay.
want. All day.
But you ain't gonna never be able to pay.
You ain't never gonna be able to pay. But you can't go over to China. China own America.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got that knowledge from Barzal.
Oh yeah, the
What,
bosses going to that.
China owned the Great Lakes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They own the Great Lakes. You think about America going to China. China, you poking at, nigga, I will run your lake dry.
Yeah. Keep
What?
playing. Like, keep playing. I'm gonna show you something. So America knows that they kind of grab by the you know what.
Right.
You know, they just don't want to say these things. They're not like you said, the lady that was going into statistics, not the statistics, but going into how America's really next up on falling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people that say, a lot of analysts that have already concluded America's done, man. There's not even people that's in these political positions. They know the same thing.
Right.
It's not even like they speculate. They know America's done. A lot of them like, damn, we don't inherited the bullshit. Like, but they might have had a father or grandfather that was into politics, and they went to school for politics, and they studied the history and seen the 20s thoroughly, the
Mm-hmm.
30s, the 40s, the roaring, you know what I'm saying, the roaring ages, the 50s. There's some people that be knowing American history to a fucking T, man.
Right.
You know, and they look at the 60s, the 70s, fast forward to now, they like, oh nah, America won't never, and seeing what it's turning into,
Mm-hmm.
it's literally transforming, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they already know, as it is written, that America's, you know, it has but a short time.
Yeah. Even I follow a lot of economists, and the one phrase they always use is, it's gonna be a crash landing. A crash landing is nigga land regular.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be a crash landing? You know, most crash landings people don't survive.
Oh, they don't.
You know, so they're aligning the economy and the money. If you follow America's money,
yeah.
you can tell that it's this is it. This is
Doing
it.
bad, man.
You know, like what does it say in Rush Hour? Follow the rich white man.
You gotta follow the rich white, yeah.
And you see the rich white man running out of a hold on the place, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Verse 11. It says, therefore shall evils come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
And that shows you a level of naiveness with this devil too. You know, because through his pride, he just blinded. See, that's another thing. You got those devils, man, that believe America can't fall. You know, everything they got, their whole thought process is America can't do no wrong. But they're gonna be caught by surprise. They're gonna be in a bad situation because they don't know how to see the tempo, man. You know, they don't see the tempo that this place is. That's why you see certain people like, yo, why you so enthusiastic, man? You obviously don't know what's going on.
Right.
You know, you don't pay them delusional politicians. A lot of them believe it. Like I said, the deceived and the deceiver are his. A lot of them are just led astray. The scripture speak about the blind leadeth the blind. They be blind as hell, man.
Right.
And they'll talk. You be listening to him, you like, he really believes the shit. He like, he's for real. You be thinking like, damn, it might be part of his campaign or his slogan. But you start listening, you like, oh, he really believes this shit. You know, he really believes that if he gets in, you know, this position or that position, you know, America will be good. Talking about 2070, you know, all these different, these far ass dates, man.
Right.
They'll be like them Jakes who want to be a cop. I can change the system.
I can
no,
change.
you can't.
That's a complex. You know, we're realists. You know, if you thinking from a process of real, the thought process of being real, you see this place ain't got too much longer.
Right.
You got it.
It says, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Yeah, and the main thing is those thermal ICBM missiles. That's why America constantly is talking shit about Iran and their nuclear development. Why they keep picking on Iran? Iran is not even a country that heavily does invasions, man. America has invaded. America has invaded what, over 66 countries since World War II. Actively, they got American troops active, you know, in a lot of these different countries. Stationed. What about Iran? You don't hear about Iran being all over the place. So why are they making Iran a global threat rather than themselves a global threat? Because they know if Iran can advance their nuclear, and they're not subject themselves to the American system. It's all about the countries. One general was talking about the countries that America was looking to throw down. It really is Muslims, those Islamic countries. Because I mean, Islamic countries, they're not bound to America. You know, they believe in Allah. You know, they'll put the strap, they'll put the C4 on their chest and blow some shit up in the name of Allah, man. And the scriptures speak about how those Arabs, you know, are wild men. You know, so America's like, yeah, we got to take down. What he said? I think he said Libya, Syria, Iran was the last on the list. There was two other ones, but those main countries that was looking to sidestep even the federal functioning of how it was set up in the world, because America, what the Federal Reserve is the number one currency, so to speak, reserve currency. They wasn't looking to trade in American currency, and now you see fast forwarding, these other countries are doing the same thing, but America can't go to war with everybody, my man.
Right.
You know, you could try to. That's why this third World War is going to be his final hurrah, but he's already stretched too thin.
Right.
So it's over. You got it.
That was it.
I mean, you know, brothers have anything else? Yeah, so, you know, with that, hopefully, you know, to bring in a new year. Of course, we still got a little bit of time. The apostles are going to coin a new year. It's going to be a new year of destruction, of course. You know, it is a new year of hope. Brothers, you know, constantly keep your vessels filled with the Holy Spirit. Pray, fast, do whatever it takes to get to the finish line, because we're close. You know, which we started with, you know, and I just quoted to end with how our salvation is nearer than even when we believe, which we believe, you know, very, very strongly that it's close. So with that, we're going to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle and others of the great millstone. Shalom, Akim.
Shalom. Shalom.